there's no excuse for not strategizing for ideal clients. A real marketing plan is simply not a commodity, but unfortunately, too many consultants just treat it that way. This is my online toolbox providing weekly quick tips and reminders in all facets of marketing with an objective to help you grow your business with more quality leads, emphasizing more quality. We do it with a hybrid of education, giving you a strategy and implementation support too if you so need it. We also want to remind people to please like us on the Facebook page of My Online Toolbox, as well as subscribe to us on our YouTube channel, or come check us out. We will be a featured speaker specifically towards video marketing at the show in Vegas at the end of January in 2023. Please let us know if you'll be there. We'd love to get a chance to shake your hand and meet you in person. It is something that we love to do, educating people on how to take their business to the next level. For the last month, actually 5 weeks, we had week after week, different ideas if you sense a slowdown in leads. We want to remind you that encompassed very easy to super hard ideas, and we encourage you to take a step back to be able to address those topics if you are seeing some headwinds to start 2023. But what we want to do now is jump right back to there's no excuse for strategizing for ideal clients. And what happens is at this time of the year, of course, there's a bombardment of people offering whatever those end of the year deals are, which is fine, but not when it comes to creating a marketing plan. You have to remember our marketing plan is a real strategic decision on where you're going to be, not in the early part of next year, but where you're going to be in your life for many years out. So what we want to do is use a quick analogy as if you were planning to go somewhere from point A to point B and take a flight. And what we want to do is remind people that, of course, it always begins to when you're going to depart. So when you start your journey, of course, we need you to know, at least with My Online Toolbox, is that because we're helping people focus in on 1+ years out, we can't help you in November and December. So, as a matter of fact, we're not even taking on new clients. So when we do, if we did, it would be so limited in our decision because of the importance of how to get started. So if anybody is offering you a marketing plan like a commodity as a quick decision to feel like you're changing your life going forward, please remember, this is not a quick decision, so make it cautiously. And what we'd like you to do is think about taking a flight. If you were in a rush to go somewhere now, it doesn't matter where you're going, you're always going to be met with starting at whatever. And more than likely, whatever that initial number is, more than likely it's going to be sold out because immediately, soon as you go to get a ticket, and this is common, you'll immediately see that whatever the number was that baited you, immediately those options are going to come in. And those options change. But remember, when you're looking at a ticket, it's a one-shot decision, and you could easily adjust. But the decisions with marketing take a lot of time to learn, and they also take a lot more time to implement, whether you like it or not, at least for long-term planning. So what we like people to do is instead of looking at a flight, looking at just the planes, try to convert that flight to a vacation. So not just a single flight where I need to worry about only getting on the plane. We want you to think about getting on a plane and also worrying about where you're going for the hotels. You possibly are going to need a car, and you could bet it's going to take you a lot longer to make those decisions. Well, when it comes to a marketing plan, there are many different factors. Most people will gravitate, of course, right to the website. That's common, and it is important, but there's so many factors that support your brand online, including Google My Business, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and even email for that matter, that when you bring it all together, it is like a hybrid of planning a vacation, not just a flight. And it is not to be taken lightly. But you also have to remember there's somebody else, unlike a vacation, or like a vacation, you have competition. And we like to treat planning for a vacation identically because here it is, you made all these perfect decisions, you think you know where you want to go, you have a general budget, and then soon as you say, great, I'm ready to pay whatever that amount may be, you're going to now have what's called competition starting with the seats. And so you might have gotten attracted to a great price, and all of a sudden, depending on whether you're flying by just by yourself or with your family, all of a sudden you now have new limitations based on who made decisions before you. That component of a marketing plan is misunderstood many times, and depending on who your competitors are, someone has to be cognizant of that before making a decision of whether to offer you a marketing plan or not, or at least offer you a realistic marketing plan. So what we like people to do is try to think of the people that are promoting marketing plans. You really have to take a step back and see what do they target. And what happens is the majority of at least the My Online Toolbox competition, they target people that traditionally and unfortunately are usually short-sighted. It's not intentional, it's just the way the construction market has evolved, where they tend to procrastinate, they tend to have made mistakes, and then they feel that they could quickly fix those mistakes. And when it comes to marketing, somebody needs to be focused in on your long-term decisions. There are many other topics that simply are not a quick fix. So what happens is people get into getting excited, and then they are competing with the group that is heading in the same direction repetitively. Why do you think our industry is inundated with lead generation services? Because the vast majority of construction contractors simply don't want to market and brand themselves in the correct manner for the long period out, which is marketing. Marketing is not lead generation. Marketing is branding, and marketing is setting the direction of where your ideal clients are going to be on a consistent basis 1 year, 3 year, and 5 years out. However, most of the industry doesn't want to hear that, but when you take a marketing class or any business classes, they are not just focusing in on what you're going to do next week, next month, and next quarter. They're focusing on quarters out and years out. So including My Online Toolbox, we're up front letting people know that we target the people that are looking to really strategically be out in front. So we target this smaller market, unlike the competitors that target the larger market. We're fine with that. There is a market for everything. But when it comes to what we're targeting, we're looking for the people who want to do it correct, regardless if it's not going to meet their hyper desires to do something right now because they're trying to recover from past mistakes. Either way, there's what's called competition, there's what's called strategic planning, which does take time. But even for My Online Toolbox, we admit to people, we right now in the last quarter of the year target our efforts for continuity with existing customers that already were working with us 1, 2, 3 years out. So there's limited bandwidth to work with new people to do it correctly. Yes, we could sign today for Q1 and Q2, but we can't sign today and deliver in Q4 to make you feel better that you're on your way at the end of the year, that you've already made this great decision. So don't rush the process, or at least take a step back and really look at the people offering your marketing plan and wonder what else do they do? In My Online Toolbox's case, this is all we do. We don't have a plethora of options and just randomly cherry picking whatever topic of the day to make a sale. We're only into marketing, so we stay focused in marketing, but also quality marketing. And remember, if you make a mistake, forget who sells you, because they won't be around when you implement incorrectly. We don't want a round-trip decision when it comes to marketing. This happens to happen over and over again, so just be careful on a strategic decision and not just using the end of year as a way to stimulate you to quickly get a marketing plan that may not be perfectly designed to meet your branding objectives as well as taking your competitors into consideration. But we do have something we can give you to at least put your toe in the water, which is to jump towards the products of My Online Toolbox, and at a minimum, for just a few $100, sign up to specifically the basic education for more quality leads, so you could start to understand the branding objectives in marketing long term, and then we could discuss working with you on a marketing plan, or even supporting you to go into somebody else. But don't just rush the decision knowing that everybody's whapping out a marketing plan and it's special for you, when that's not always the case. This is My Online Toolbox reminding you to grow your business with a focus on more quality for an extended period of time, and you'll do just great 1 year and multiple years out. And please remember, there's no excuse for starting to strategize for ideal clients and also for existing customers. If you have not been on our radar screen and have not responded to the planning documents that were sent in September and August, please reach out to us because we now too are scheduling for January on those follow-ups because the end of the year has basically been booked out and we're now focusing on 2023. So we will talk to you as our existing customers to update your marketing plans if you missed out on Q4 because you were so busy, which is fantastic, but we're ready to schedule for Q1 too. Have a healthy week and remember to start planning yesterday for next year's marketing and profits, and we'll see you next week.